Michael Irvin, three-time Super Bowl champ, of course, Hall of Famer, NFL Network analyst. You can see NFL Network coming up every Sunday morning. They start Gameday Morning at 9 Eastern. Also, Thursday Night Football this week, Bears-Packers on CBS NFL Network and Amazon Prime Video. Let's bring in the playmaker, Michael Irvin. Irv, how are you this morning?
PP, I'm doing well, man. How are you?
Good. Let me ask you this, without naming names, of what recruiting was like in just stories that you heard. We're talking about college basketball now, and it looks like there's going to be some ramifications. A bombshell dropped on college basketball with, Payola here. But what was college football like when you were coming out of high school? What did you hear? What did you see?
Well, what do you mean what I see? I mean, you were being recruited. It was a lot different than it is now from a standpoint of, so many. There's so many recruiting wires and programs and everything that everybody's trying to get ranked in and all of that stuff. Back then it was almost like you play well and they'll find you. Now it's you go and find the schools and you go and find all of these programs, and so that means there are a lot of other people in the middle of getting you to where you want to be. And DP, it's just like what you guys are talking about now. When you start getting a lot of other people in the middle and they start getting things, then a lot of other stuff comes in.
Yeah, you got the middlemen, these AAU coaches or assistant coaches, and then they get in with
absolutely.
Man, yeah.
That know the kid, and everybody's trying to use them to get the kid to where they want to get the kid, and that person is trying to use the kid to get to where he wants to get. Universities are financially and everything. So yeah, it's changed so much, man. It's really scary now.
All right, let me start with the Cowboys prior to the game with the show of unity involving Jerry Jones. What did you think of what you saw last night?
Oh my God, it was incredible. I mean, but honestly, Dan, all weekend long, it was just an incredible show of unity from everyone. After what we heard from President Trump and his attack on what I consider his attack to be on, especially African-American players, and the tone in which he took in his statement and the names in which he called football players exercising their First Amendment rights. And I, on our show, I said there's no way I could not back it up against what I saw in Charlottesville. And you came out with such fervor calling African-American players SOBs that should be fired on the spot, such passion in the way he spoke about it. And then he did not speak with that passion and fervor when we saw what we saw in Charlottesville against. He didn't denounce that like he was denouncing players that were, just exercising their First Amendment rights. And you can say what you want, man. And now to come into sports and try to divide everybody and divide the country with the one thing that has always brung us together. I said that in my Hall of Fame speech back in '07, that this one thing, sports has always brung this country together, and to come in and try to divide the country through our greatest passion, I just thought it was sad. It was just a sad day.
Where do we go from here? What happens in Week 4, in your opinion, prior to the start of games?
Well, I think you try to get back to normality, and everybody doing what they do, and to get ready for a football game. It's just I don't think it's something that to the extent of what we saw this weekend, everybody will carry out every weekend. But you're still going to have remnants. You're still going to have people that are very passionate about it, that still do certain things, and it's just the way it is. That's the reality of what our great veterans and everybody that has fought in the military, that's what they fought for. They fought for you to have that freedom of speech and to have the right to make the decision on how you want to approach this situation.
He's Michael Irvin, the playmaker. You can see Mike and the entire crew, NFL Gameday Morning at 9 a.m. Eastern on Sunday. You have a pretty good idea of who's good and who's not good so far after 3 weeks in the NFL?
Yeah, that's my job to have a pretty good idea now. But now that doesn't mean you got it down pat. You got 53 men, and it's all coming from 53 different places, man, trying to get on one accord. And I can make an assessment on physical gifts, shoulders down, but then I also got to assess the mental ability of each player, and then their abilities to come together to play on a certain day. So it's nothing like the NFL, man. Just like look at last week. Who expected Chicago to beat Pittsburgh?
I know. What about Jacksonville blowing out Baltimore? That surprised me.
I mean, well, you know, let me tell you. Wait a minute now. Now, you saw not a blowout like that because Baltimore's defense was playing well, but Jacksonville got something, man. You said what you want, man. Woo.
They got a little bit.
The first time I saw Fournette run the football, he hit this safety. Oh, and listen, man, that's a man-child running. I'm talking about that's a man-child. Fournette hits me, boy. If he hits me like that, man, I'm gonna have to. I gotta find him or somebody in his family or something after the game. Like, dude, it's a football game. Don't you hit me like that again? You out of your mind. I mean, that's a physical bunch, though. He sent 5 people to concussion protocol in week 1. I don't think I've ever seen a team send 5 players of one team to the concussion protocol.
Where Ezekiel Elliott is now, compare him to where Emmitt Smith was at this stage in his career. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember. Now, Emmitt was something special, but so is Zeke, you know. And Emmitt came in, and Emmitt was the bell cow for our team in the 90s team that, you know, went on to win 3 Super Bowls. And so is Zeke for this team. Everything runs off of what Ezekiel Elliott does on the football field and how he runs the football. But I thought you saw the Dallas Cowboys take a maturation step last night. You know, prior to last night, I thought they needed Zeke to be going over 100, 115 yards to really win games in a sound way. Last night, they took a step. You know, you watch Dak Prescott. I had tweeted out right before he started doing that. I said, we need Dak now to use his legs, you know, and then they came out with that run option, you know, and Dak gets around the corner and get a touchdown. That's what you're going to have to see the Dallas Cowboys do more of. Though I'm a little worried, not as worried, because Dak's pretty smart about getting down, you know, him getting hurt, taking all of these runs. But when everybody's piling down in like that and stuff in the line of scrimmage, that's the added thing that they have that we did not have. You know, Dak Prescott can get out and start running, and I think you have to see a little bit more of that to everybody kind of ease up and crowd the line of scrimmage on Zeke.
Mike, good to talk to you as always, and have fun this next week. We appreciate your time.
All right, DP, I appreciate that, man. This was pretty easy, D. And D, last time I was up there, man, that was that old pie face thing, man. That was fun, man. That is still it goes down on one of my all-time favorite days of doing radio, even though for me, hell broke loose right after that. But that was a great day right there.
Yeah, but Mike, you don't give me the Heisman with a pie. Like you almost broke my nose there. I mean, I was in concussion protocol. Yeah, you did. Mike, you did. I took it easy on you.
I sent that post because he put it out. I sent that post to everybody, man. That was literally the funnest day I'd ever done on national TV.
Mike, you launched yourself into me with that pie. If that was college, you would have been ejected. That was a targeting foul. You know what you are? You're the Vontez Burfict of pie throwing is what you are. You're a cheap shot artist is what you are, Mike. I'm going to get you again, Mike. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Thank you, buddy.
When I got home there, my wife said, I told you, you're too rough. Don't you play with anybody else anymore.
Yes, you were. She knows. Thank you, Irv. It's Michael Irvin.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.